your top 5 fights, preparing for them, like Tim Bradley would be one opponent, Marquez would be one opponent, Floyd would be obviously another. Could you rank your top 5 opponents as far as preparing for the fight and the degree of difficulty, and what challenge does Adrien Broner pose for you in this fight in terms of breaking him down stylistically?
I think my top 5 great opponent is Oscar De La Hoya, Juan Manuel Marquez, Marco Antonio Barrera, Miguel Cotto, Floyd Mayweather, and Eric Morales. Eric Morales, and I think for 6, make it happen.
Okay. So you don't think that Tim Bradley was difficult to prepare for compared to those guys? And if so, why not? Even though you fought him 3 times, I know the first one was controversial.
Oh, honestly, it's not a difficult fight for me.
Okay. What challenge does Adrien pose? I know he's talking about his counterpunching ability, and in particular the right hand. I know he's going to be looking for that. Kevin Cunningham has expressed that, especially given some of the difficulty you had with Marquez in the 4th fight. Do you see that as an issue? What is your assessment of that?
Oh, can you say it again, please?
Yeah. Adrien Broner's right hand, his counter-punching ability, they're kind of looking for that to be a key for him, given what they feel is your style that makes it easier for them to land that punch and be counter-punching, particularly off of the Manny, the final fight you had with Marquez.
We know that already. I know that he will wait for me in counter like Marquez did, what Marquez did. I'm prepared for that, and it will not happen again. I learned in the past, and then you have to correct your. I have to correct my mistake.
Manny, thank you so much, and good luck in the fight.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions at this time, please press the #1 key. Again, if you have any questions at this time, please press the #1 key. Our next question is going to come from John Galen from NewYorkFight.com. Please go ahead.
How you doing, Manny?
How you doing? Hi.
All right. Well, you tweeted after Floyd fought in Japan just how you felt about that fight. There's some people who feel as if that was some sort of tune-up for you. Of course, Broner, his style has been compared to Mayweather. Can you talk a little bit about what you felt when you saw Mayweather fight on New Year's Eve? And is there any comparison between Adrien Broner and Floyd Mayweather?
Let me clarify to you. Adrien Broner is not a tuna fight. He's a former champion. He's fast. He moves fast, and he's a good boxer. And that's why I don't want to. That's why I don't want to talk about my next fight until we finish this. I finish this business against Adrien Broner on January 19th. And about the exhibition of Floyd Mayweather in Japan, that's happened. It's my first time to see an exhibition that you knock your opponent out. Supposedly, an exhibition is just to entertain people, nothing serious, and for 3 rounds. That's what I understand about the exhibition.
And Dan asked you earlier about your goals in coming and joining Premier Boxing Champions and signing with Al Heyman. Still have to pinch myself about you actually, being a PBC fighter. But it makes for a much more interesting conversation because Sean Porter is the WBC welterweight champion, and Keith Thurman's the WBA super champion. You're the regular champion, but I would imagine that you aspire to have those type of title aspirations. Again, can you clarify if that's why you chose to continue on like that? Do you have the desire to once again be the WBC welterweight champion of the world, and maybe the undisputed welterweight champion? Would that be a goal?
Well, if that, I mean,
Manny, Manny, hang on one sec. Manny, hang on one sec. Somebody's phone. Could you mute your phone, please? Manny, did you move into the gym?
It's a noise.
Yeah, is that your noise or somebody else?
Might be mine.
Okay, can you mute your phone while he answers, please? It's very hard to hear. Thank you. Hang on one second. Okay, there you go, Manny.
Okay, I'm not I'm not worried about my next opponent. Let me taking care of this January 19, and then I have no worry about who is my opponent next. As long as it's not gonna be a problem for the promoters or the promotion like that. I have no problem to fight anybody as long as there's no hindrance, there's no a problem about negotiation. That's my plan is to just one at a time.
Okay, we have one more question from Manny Pacquiao, and then we're going to switch over to Adrien Broner. So, operator, can we get the last question from Manny, please?
Yes. The last question right now is from Matthew Ryan from Fox Sports. Please go ahead.
Hi, it's Fight Sports, but thank you. Manny, how are you today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. So a lot of people are talking about your legacy, talking about what's next. What are you looking to accomplish with this fight against Adrien Broner? I know you talked about hopefully him resolving his issues outside of the ring, but what do you think of Adrien Broner as an opponent and as a person heading into January 19th?
Adrien Broner, that he's unfair to him that people thinking that he's this is a tune-up fight for me. No, Adrien Broner is a good boxer, he's a caliber boxer. He's a former champion, and he's kind of fighter that you cannot underestimate and taking him lightly. I know it's hard to talk about the next fight or future fight until we finish this fight against Adrien Broner on January 19th.
All right, thank you so much, Manny. Best of luck on the 19th.
Thank you.
Okay, so thank you so much, Manny. That's your last question. And we appreciate it. We're so happy you're back fighting in the United States for all of us to be able to come and watch you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Nice to be back here in the United States. Thank you. God bless.
Thanks, Kelly.
Thanks, Brad. Okay, now we're going to transition over to Adrien Broner, and I will wait to see if, when he gets on the phone, I will be given the heads up. They're calling in now. So if everybody could stand by, and again, tickets are still available for this fight. MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, Saturday, January 19th, also live on SHOWTIME pay-per-view. And we will be sending out the fight week schedule, I believe, later today, if not first thing tomorrow morning. So I'm just waiting for the go-ahead for Adrien Broner. Please stand by. Ravon, are you on yet?
In one moment, we're moving him over. One moment.
Okay, thank you.
He's now on the line.
Ravon?
Yes.
Hi, this is Kelly. Are you guys ready? Is Adrien ready?
Yeah, Adrien's here.
Okay, great. So, ladies and gentlemen, members of the media, I'd like to introduce Ravon Littlejohn. He's the Chief Executive Officer of About Billions Promotion, who will make the introduction of Adrien Broner. Ravon?
Yes.
Okay, do you want to say a few words? You want to say a
Yes.
few words and introduce Adrien, and then put Adrien on the phone, okay?
Absolutely. About Billions Promotions, we're happy to be promoting this fight. It's the largest fight that we've had in our infancy as a company. And so far, everything has been well. Adrien has trained very well and very hard. He's more than ready for his opportunity. We'd like to thank Mr. Heyman and all the other promoting entities who are involved in this fight. And at this time, I'll go ahead and pass it over to Adrien.
Hey.
What up with y'all? What's good?
There we go. Now we're talking. Okay, Adrien, we're going to open it up to the media, but before we do that, I just want to ask you if you could fill us in a little bit on how training camp is going and how you're feeling for this big event for you.
Training camp's been great. Training my ass off. I've been focused, and I'm just ready to go out there and prove all the naysayers wrong.
Okay, excellent. Okay, operator, let's open it up for questions, please. Operator?
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions at this time, please press the #1 key. Again, if you have any questions at this time, please press the #1 key. I'm waiting for callers to join the queue at this present time.
I've joined the queue.
Okay, our first question is going to come from Dan Raphael. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much. Hello, Adrien.
What up with it?
Adrien, my question for you is this. Are you motivated by being a heavy underdog in this fight? I mean, we know your accomplishments of winning a bunch of titles, at a very young age, but most people have you as a big underdog. How motivating is that for you?
It's real motivating, man. I don't worry about it, man. I just don't let it get to me. I just can't wait till the bell rings January 19th.
Now, like I said, you've won a whole bunch of titles. You're one of the most known fighters, I guess, in the sport today. But when you fought the very best opponents of your career, Madonna, Porter, and Garcia in particular, you came up short in those fights. If you beat Manny Pacquiao, how much would that sort of erase the bad feelings or the negativity associated with those losses?
It definitely will. Well, in life, they say you're only good as your last performance. So, it's definitely going to sweep a lot of things under the rug.
Would you say sweep a lot of things under the rug?
Huh?
Did you say it's going to sweep a lot of things under the rug?
Of course.
And what sort of what would it mean to you then to get that caliber of victory? Because Pacquiao, even those names I just mentioned, he's clearly the most famous opponent that you ever faced with the most accomplishments. He's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, all that kind of stuff. How big in the scheme of things would that be for you?
It's going to be huge, and I'm taking full advantage of it. And I'm well prepared, and I'm just ready to go out there and perform.
I have one other question. Listen, there's been some news reports about some of your legal issues. Has that in any way impacted your training or your focus on this fight?
Nah, that's just something I'll take care of after the fight. Right now, I'm 100% focused on this fight, and I'm just ready to come to the ring January 19th and get a victory.
All right, very good. I wish you good luck, Adrien. Thank you for your time.
Next question, Katina, please.
Stand by. Operator?
Our next question is going to come from Niall Dorian from the Boxing News. Please go ahead.
Hey guys, how you doing? My question is for Stephen Espinoza. Hey Stephen, how are you? Just briefly, this event is a Showtime pay-per-view event on January 19th. Do you have any comments on rival networks, specifically Eddie Hearn and Oscar De La Hoya, saying that pay-per-view is dead on boxing? And furthermore, do you think on a macroeconomic level that pay-per-view in American professional sports is dead? I'd be interested to hear your comments. Thank you.
Sure, happy to. Look, on the concept of pay-per-view, we've consistently said that, you know, it's a useful tool when it's necessary, when you have a premium event. If you've got a filet mignon event, you know, you're going to have filet mignon prices. You don't get filet mignon at the price of ground beef. I think a lot of the blowback in the negativity around pay-per-view comes when networks are trying to sell people pay-per-views that don't belong on pay-per-view. I didn't hear too many people saying that Wilder versus Fury was not a premium event, a special event, a heavyweight title fight, an international worldwide title fight that deserved to be pay-per-view. Likewise, on January 19th, you have two of the biggest stars in the sport. Manny has a long history on pay-per-view, and the way this event was able to happen was through the pay-per-view tool. So in these two pay-per-views are the, you know, and Mayweather-McGregor are the only pay-per-views we've done in the last 3 years. So I understand, you know, what Eddie Hearn and Oscar De La Hoya are saying. It's a great marketing ploy, and that's really all it is. It's just a catchphrase, because both of those guys rely on pay-per-view and have relied on pay-per-view as an integral part of their business in the past. Eddie, on one hand, will say that pay-per-views are a terrible thing and they're dead, but if we look at his UK business, it's basically all built on pay-per-view. Oscar himself, while he's saying that boxing pay-per-views are dead, is simultaneously selling an MMA pay-per-view. So the reality, pay-per-view is a useful tool. It rewards the fighters for taking tough fights, and it allows some fights to happen that wouldn't otherwise happen without that tool. But it should be used sparingly.
Thanks.
He had that shit prepared.
Thank you. Next question, operator.
Our next question is going to come from Carlos Torres from Fightful. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Adrien. First question. I know from the very beginning, since this fight was signed, the, I guess, kind of secondary story surrounding this fight is whether or not Manny Pacquiao could potentially fight Floyd Mayweather. Has that been frustrating for you, that some people may not be taking you seriously, aside from calling you a heavy underdog, but also kind of in a way disregarding you? Has that been a motivating factor, or has it frustrated you at times throughout this camp?
No disrespect, but I don't give a fuck about Mayweather and Pacquiao. I'm focused on Adrien Broner and Pacquiao, and, you know, I'm focused on getting this victory, and I'm going to go to the drawing board with my team and Stephen Espinosa and Al Heyman, and we're going to make bigger moves.
Did you get a chance to see Pacquiao's last fight against Lucas Matthysse? And if so, what do you think of Pacquiao and how his skills have sort of translated now to being 40 years old compared to how he was in his prime?
I mean, Pacquiao's a legend. You know, he's a legend, and he'll always go down. He's going to go down as one of the best in the boxing business. But, you know, I just feel like it's my time to take over the sport, and I'm coming to take the throne from Pacquiao.
All right, Adrien, thank you. Best of luck on your fight against Manny Pacquiao next week.
Okay, thank you.
Our next question is, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions, please press the #1 key. Again, if you have any questions, please press the #1 key. Our next question is going to come from Lynn Satterfield from theboxingscene.com. Please go ahead.
Hey, Adrien, how you doing, man?
What up, Lynn?
Hey, so I just asked Manny on the previous call what his top 5 fights were in terms of preparation and degree of difficulty. he listed about 6 or 7, and the top one was Oscar De La Hoya. You weren't on the list. What do you think that says about him? And do you think he's in for rude awakening?
Honestly, I really didn't hear what you're saying, but I heard some of it, and I really don't care about none of that. I'm just focused, and I'm just ready to go in there and have a hell of a night and start a new chapter in my career.
Okay, Adrien, I spent some time watching some of the fights you talked about with the Southpaws, your 6-0, the 5 KOs, particularly the DeMarco fight. And, I thought that the right hand was key. I thought the uppercuts were key. And I know that Kevin Cunningham said that you guys are really working on doing what you need to do against the Manny Pacquiao, who he says hasn't made adjustments over his career. Do you think that your counter-punching ability is the antidote to his style of speed, jumping in, being aggressive?
It'll definitely play a big part, but we got more in store to beat Pacquiao, and I will show that January 19th.
My last question for you is, you've had the 3 losses that Dan mentioned earlier. I thought the Marcos fight was very, very close, unlike, it kind of seems to be talked about. What is the difference between Adrien Broner, who lost those 3 fights, in particular the Garcia fight, and the one who is going into this fight against arguably the toughest, particularly the toughest fighter that you will have faced? What, in terms of preparation and focus and execution, what will be the difference?
My dedication to the sport. For this camp, it was 100% boxing, and I know it's at stake. A win over Pacquiao can take my career somewhere that I can only dream of. So, I got to take it serious, and I just really feel like it's my time.
Okay, thank you, Adrien, and good luck in the fight. Good talking to you.
Thanks.
Our next question is going to come from Matthew Ryan from Fight Sports. Please go ahead.
Hey, Adrien. Good afternoon. So Manny's been making it clear that his goal on the 19th is to knock you out, to do something no one else has been able to do. You're also looking to do that. Do you think Manny's got a shot to bring you down, and what are the things you're looking at in camp that gives you the confidence that you can knock Manny out?
Man, a knockout's good, but I'm definitely just going for the win. I just want to win, plain blank period. And everybody go into a fight wanting a knockout. Who don't want a knockout? But things will rival different January 19th.
Thanks a lot, Adrien. Best of luck.
Okay, so our next question is going to come from Mike Wood from Green Magazine. Please go ahead. I'm still on the call.
Hey, Mr. Broner, Mike Woods calling in from Brooklyn. How you doing? My question is this. Do you think that this is a must-win fight for you, or when media talk about possible must-win, is that maybe more so what media does to just sort of stir up drama? Do you see this, though, as a must-win fight for you?
I don't be getting when people say must win fight, because at the end of the day, if you're a boxer, every fight is a must win fight. You don't ever want to go to a fight trying to lose. So as a competitor, as an athlete, I go in any event that I attend to and that I prepare for. I go in to win. So of course I'm trying to win. And it's always a must-win situation.
Got it. I'm wondering what you perceive the stakes to be when you ponder this and say to yourself, okay, I'm going to beat Manny Pacquiao, and if and when you beat Pacquiao, do you say to yourself, this brings me to a next crazy level, that level being I'm naturally in line to fight Floyd Mayweather if Floyd decides to come back and not fight exhibitions?
I don't look at that. You know, boxing is a sport where you got to go a fight at a time. So I'm focused on Manny Pacquiao, and after that, you know, we'll look at other things and other avenues.
All right, good stuff. Sounds good. Thanks. Looking forward to a great fight. Be well.
So our next question is going to come from Xavier Porter from Brooklyn Fight.
Hey, AB, how you doing,
Please go ahead.
Hey, AB, how you feeling, man? First off, I applaud you. Can't wait to see you perform on fight night. Can you speak to, speak to the fact of, this fight is for the hood, for the people, for your community, and everything that has led up to this fight, and how important it is to you to come out victorious.
Where I come from, man, we barely get someone to come out and be at the top level where I am today. So, that's why I'm doing it for the hood, to give back hope and show the young kids, just follow your dream. And, that's why I'm doing it for the hood. So, that motivates me to just go in there and do my best. And we're gonna go in there and get the victory.
Okay. And watching Manny's last performance against Lucas Matisse and seeing everything that has taken place with him in his career, do you see a decline in his speed? And also, do you see him being more of a sit-down puncher, more of a, just want to sit down and put weight behind his punches and actually look for the knockout, which can make it easier for you to land your straight right hand and, get your victory?
I mean, I don't want to let too much out, but, it's going to be a hell of a fight, January.
All right. Well, I wish you luck on the fight, man.
All right, thanks.
XP.
And our last question is going to come from Nestor Gibbs from theboxingvoice.com. Please go ahead.
Hey, Nestor had to step away real quick. This is Michael Gross filling in. My question is, how did you develop a friendship with Michael Blackson and John Sally?
I've been to Michael Black. I've been to him for some time now. I've been seeing him around, and we're just mutual friends. And Mr. Sally, real recognized real, and when we get around each other, we just hang. We're black. Shit, what can I say?
And I got a question, man, right off the block, bro. Why red hot sauce over Louisiana hot sauce?
Cause red hot the shit. Always red hot. Louisiana is that's like
that's the other bottle. That's like the other kind.
Oh shit. Oh, my bad. Somebody's calling. Oh, but Louisiana, that's like
it's the little bottle.
That's like that's like taking a Volvo over a Range Rover. You're gonna take the Range Rover, right?
I don't know, man. I'm from the South, man. I've been growing up on Louisiana all my life.
What the fuck is going on?
Nah, Louisiana ain't fucking with red hot. But I do use Louisiana when the red hot go out. So it comes in handy.
All right, man.
Okay, that was the last question for today.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Adrien, thank you so much for your time. Is there anything you want to say in parting before we let you go?
Get off my motherfucking phone.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for calling in. We'll see you next week at the fight.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
What the hell kind of media call was that, man?
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me. I'll disconnect and have a great day.
Y'all buying the fight? Hold on, let me fix this microphone. Hold on, let me fix all this stuff. Hold on, let me fix all of this stuff. It's a lot going on, man. The wind is crazy outside. What's up? What's up with y'all? You streaming? Y'all ain't shit. Y'all some streaming ass sons of bitches, man. Y'all some streaming motherfuckers, man. Y'all got no morals. Yeah, them questions was dumb as shit. I didn't want to ask no question, to be honest with you. I'm tired. Tomorrow, the weigh-in for Devin Haney, Caleb Plant. We got credentials for the Caleb Plant, Jose Utscata guy fight. Tomorrow, we'll know if we're going to get denied for Pac versus Broner, right? Next week, we're going to be covering Andre versus Akovov, that card, the Zone Friday. I'm being forced back to work, you know? So I've been trying to really enjoy, like, this little bit of time, you know, taking care of shit, you know, behind the scenes, because we got to get back to work. Pac Broner is next week, and it's a stacked card in international Pac-Man fighters. You know, he has a lot of fighters. Yeah, it was a lot of bullshit questions asked. Sorry, the stream had dropped. It didn't drop. I got this fucking bullshit going on in the house where I can't use like the heaters and the microwave or some shit on one side of the house at the same time. So a fuse blew. I was trying to warm up some food. But I am going to upload the whole media call. You know, here's the thing. Manny's been asked about Floyd. He don't want to talk about Floyd. He's saying the same shit. He spent that whole line yesterday. You know, this shit right here. Where's it at? He spent that whole damn line yesterday. People motherfucking asking him about, you know, Floyd. You know? Don't nobody want to hear about Floyd. I don't want to hear about Floyd no more. Listen, the reason why this fight is not trending well, meaning it's not people really, really hype about it, is because people are not giving Broner a chance. The media workout yesterday was a mistake. He should have, okay. I understand his logic. Do you know why Broner didn't show up to the media workout yesterday? Because it was in the Freddie Roach gym. They should have scheduled his on his, like, they should have scheduled his on a different day. Like yesterday, for example, Pacquiao should have had his yesterday. And they should have had Broner's today or the day before at Tin Goosen Gym. But they scheduled them the same day, basically putting Broner in enemy territory. So for somebody like him, that's going to piss him off. Now, if I was his manager or some shit like that, I would have been like, nah, you ain't going to do that to him like that. You know? But still, nonetheless, for a fight this big, the biggest fight of his career, it's not like he's like a superstar, like he's a big name, but he ain't been winning. So he should have showed his ass up to that gym. It's a pay-per-view, and the numbers are not trending well. Now, off of Pacquiao alone, it's going to do about 300 off of Pacquiao. Don't underestimate his drawing power, especially with the Asian fan base. Remember, the storyline is Pacquiao's rebirth, so he's kind of like reborn a bit, you know, especially since signing with Al Heyman. So off of him alone, it's going to be at least 300. You know, so no, off of him alone. Okay, let's be honest. Off of Pacquiao alone, I mean, what did the Jesse Vargas fight? That Jesse Vargas fight did like 300, didn't it? You know? Do we really need to see Maypac too? Yeah. See, it's like this. We have the rare chance of seeing two fighters, big, huge fighters of our era have a going away fight, a final fight. You know? Like, so in a way, like the fact that it's one of those things, like, we may not really be like really want it, but it's like, well, if it's there, we might as well have it again just to see what if. You know, come on, man. We may not ever see this shit ever again. If you can see it one more time, you don't have to buy it. I'm not telling y'all motherfuckers to buy it. Even though I'm gonna be mad at you when it comes to Maypac 2, I'm not gonna clown you. But this, however, I think you should buy this. Just off the love of the sport. I'm just saying, this is my opinion. You know, don't be a son of a bitch. Don't be a son of a bitch. Don't be a scumbag, man. Justin, you son of a, y'all ain't shit. Y'all ain't nothing. Y'all ain't nothing. That make me sick. But you know, it is what it is, man. It is getting easier to stream pay-per-views. You know, I thought Steven Espinoza was trolling when he did what he did. You think he took the tweet down? Let me see if he took the tweet down. I hope he didn't take the tweet down. However, he held his ground on the media call, though. He held his ground. With the question, did y'all hear how he responded? Let's pull it up really quick. Let me pull it up over here. But basically, he put a tweet up basically denying that the pay-per-view was $75 by basically saying, no, it's $64.99 in standard definition. Motherfucker, ain't nobody motherfucking watching no motherfuckers. Who the fuck out here buying pay-per-views in standard definition? Now, if you're doing some shit like that, to me, I'm like, motherfucker, I'm streaming. Who the fuck buying pay-per-views in standard definition? What? 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 He's like, no, it's $64.99. Yeah, streams are getting, each year they're getting better and better and better. Let me tell you, I got some shit on my phone that somebody put me on. I'm not going to tell you scumbags what it is. Y'all don't deserve it. Y'all ain't worthy. I got some shit somebody told me to put on my phone like 2 years ago. And I was like, this is some powerful shit. What if boxing fans get their hands on this? Like on my phone, I got a nice brand new like Note 9. And let me tell you, if I was a no good son of a bitch like you guys, I got a program where I'm like, and I was looking at it like, what? But what? Somebody sent it to me. I was in the hospital for something. This was a couple of years ago. They was like, yo, just download this, but it's not in the App Store. You got to do some other shit to your phone to get it like to work. Man, like pay-per-view, it is a good tool, but it's, you know, streaming is getting too motherfucking powerful. Streaming is getting powerful as shit. Like, it's getting too damn powerful. Hold on, I'm pulling up what Espinoza said. I gotta pull up my stream within my stream so y'all can hear it. Like, what the fuck is going on? It's getting too damn. It's getting too damn powerful. My speakers are fucked up. God damn it! Hold on 1 minute. Let me try to fix something real quick. Cortana, man. Cortana be on some nut ass shit. She need to motherfucking be on her motherfucking shit. Should be tripping. But anyway, I had to turn on the Bluetooth for the speakers. Did I mute it? Hold on. There we go. Let's see if we can find Mr. Espinoza.
How are you? Just briefly, this event is a Showtime pay-per-view event.
Damn, you see how quickly I found that? Now listen to this. Listen to this, and let's talk about it. So, he's responding to the fact that Oscar De La Hoya and, you know, Eddie Hearn are talking about pay-per-view. Listen, pay-per-view is not dead. They're talking. Listen, Eddie Hearn needs pay-per-view. Even though pay-per-views are significantly cheaper over in the UK, he still needs it. Boxing needs pay-per-views. There's not enough money and sponsorships to go around for these boxers like Anthony Joshua, Canelo, You know, even all the way down to the Amir Khans and Kell Brooks to be making the money that they, you know, that they want, or that boxing is used to them making for it to be on free TV. It's not there yet. Unless some super sponsors come along. It's not there yet. So when you look at Oscar De La Hoya, well, we know Oscar De La Hoya, he's a troll. Oscar don't give a fuck. Oscar bulletproof, because you know why? Because he's accepted the fact that he dressed up like a bitch. There's that one photo that still haunts me to the day, where he's got the rocks glass and he got the hat with the wig and he looking. It still haunts me to this day. I remember, I tell the story all the time. I remember I was back in college. People's like, yo, motherfucker, you seen that motherfucking De La Hoya shit, motherfucking on Yafro? And I was like, man, that's that digital shit, man. This was like, what is that? Like, what year was that? This was like the mid-2000s, some shit when the shit came. I was like, man, that shit, that's that digital shit. You know, in the future, they gonna have some shit where you can fucking alter people pictures on phones and shit. They talking about it, dog. When he did that press conference and that speech, and he was like, yeah, that was me dressing up like a bitch. That was me with them fishnets. I was doing that coke. They got me high. I don't never know how you can get that high. But anyway, we know Oscar De La Hoya is a troll. He will troll like every now and then, middle of the night, depending on whatever he's doing. We don't know what Oscar's nights are filled with. We don't know what Oscar's nights are filled with. But he will troll Floyd Mayweather, and he knows that Floyd Mayweather is going to pull out the motherfucking fishnet shit. Oscar don't give a fuck. So when Oscar De La Hoya talk about motherfucking pay-per-view is dead, let's go watch Chuck Liddell get his ass knocked out by Tito Ortiz. All right? And let his ass talk about motherfucking pay-per-view is motherfucking dead. Okay, Oscar, you watch this. Are you watching this, Oscar? Hold on. Motherfucker. Oscar funny as shit. You know he my favorite boxer of all time, too.
He doesn't give anything away to his opponents.
This was a 60.
Yeah, Chuck can't seem to find his feet underneath him.
This is pay-per-view, ladies and gentlemen. This was pay-per-view. This is pay-per-view. I paid for it.
Really seen Tito commit to a takedown here. No, we haven't, but we want to see Tito commit to a shot. Or just commit. Oh, there are Tito with the right hand. Liddell's down, and Liddell is out.
He charged us for this. And then a month later, and then 2 months later, he say pay-per-view is dead. And then 2 months later, he got the gall to say pay-per-view is dead. But Eddie Hearn, don't count him, man. You know Eddie Hearn's a jive talker. You know, Eddie Hearn's a jive talker. So you know, oh, wait, we got to get to Espinoza. My bad. Let's play this. So listen. Now, this is a very educated answer because it's true. Pay-per-view is an excellent tool depending on how you use it. However, we got a lot of pay-per-views this year. We're going to talk about it. Listen to this first.
On January 19th. Do you have any comments on Rising Network, specifically Eddie Hearn and Oscar De La Hoya, saying that pay-per-view is dead on boxing? And furthermore, do you think on a macroeconomic level that pay-per-view in American professional
put this
sports
over
is
here.
dead? I'd be interested to hear your comments. Thank you.
Listen.
Sure, happy to. Look, on the concept of pay-per-view, we've consistently said that, you know, it's a useful tool when it's necessary, when you have a premium event. If you've got a filet mignon event, you know, you're going to have filet mignon prices. You don't get filet mignon at the price of ground beef. I think a lot of the blowback in the negativity around pay-per-view comes when networks are trying to sell people pay-per-views that don't belong on pay-per-view. I didn't hear too many people saying that Wilder versus Fury was not a premium event, a special event, a heavyweight title fight, an international worldwide title fight that deserved to be pay-per-view. Likewise, on January 19th, you have two of the biggest stars in the sport. Manny has a long history on pay-per-view, and the way this event was able to happen was through the pay-per-view tool. So in these two pay-per-views are the, and Mayweather-McGregor are the only pay-per-views we've done in the last 3 years. So I understand, what Eddie Hearn and Oscar De La Hoya are saying. It's a great marketing ploy, and that's really all it is. It's just a catchphrase, because both of those guys rely on pay-per-view and have relied on pay-per-view as an integral part of their business in the past. Eddie, on one hand, will say that pay-per-views are a terrible thing and they're dead, but if we look at his UK business, it's basically all built on pay-per-view. Oscar himself, while he's saying that boxing pay-per-views are dead, is simultaneously selling an MMA pay-per-view. So the reality, pay-per-view is a useful tool. It rewards the fighters for taking tough fights, and it allows some fights to happen that wouldn't otherwise happen without that tool. But it should be used sparingly.
Thanks.
He had that shit prepared.
Thank you. Next question, operator.
My bad. I gotta forget. You know how many videos I fucked up by not having the fucking sound on? Y'all too late. Y'all too late. Y'all too late. Y'all too late. But what I was saying was we gotta count how many pay-per-views we had this year. Damn it, I forgot my thought. Oh. I was saying that he's right when it comes to pay-per-views. It's dependent on how you use it. We can't be getting no bullshit pay-per-views, and pay-per-views are around to make up. Pay-per-views aren't around to piss us off and to piss you boxing fans off. See, you can never count me. You can never count me. Thank God we have a budget to buy pay-per-views. So it's the job. When I gotta go to the tax man in a few weeks, it's the job. You dig? I gotta write all that stuff, gotta be written off. However, this year, if you want to, let's count Wilder. Let's count the Wilder fight. Wilder Fury. Wilder Fury, December. Pac Broner in I know the chat is delayed. Damn it. Pac Broner, Wilder Fury, December. Pac Broner, January. February, you're going to have, these are American pay-per-views, by the way. UK's got it even worse, but their pay-per-views are, 1/3 the cost of ours. But Wilder Fury, December, Pac Broner, January, March, Spence Garcia, April, Crawford versus Khan is a press conference next week. I may be going. What else? And then you got May. What pay-per-view is going to be in May? Because remember, Canelo fights in May, but that's going to be $9.99 on the Zone. There's going to be a May pay-per-view. Surge, damn it, that's not a pay-per-view. Damn it. Read, man. Listen. And then Wilder Fury 2, or Wilder's next fight has got to fit into that. Remember, these Heyman fighters have matured. They've all reached, all those guys that we were like with cherry picking years ago and all that was building up. A lot of these guys command big paydays, and for them to fight each other to get the paydays on regular Showtime, the money is not there. The most they can do on a regular Showtime fight for both fighters is like a 1.25 or maybe 1.5 million each, something like that. And they did it with Garcia versus Porter. I'm surprised that Garcia versus Porter wasn't on pay-per-view. And it's crazy because if they did it on pay-per-view, it would have been bad. Because the fight, remember, Garcia versus Porter didn't do as well as many expected it would in ratings. Danny Garcia versus Sean Porter. But the way Thurman Pacquiao made, yeah, because it's not going to be, even though he's saying he went spins Mikey Garcia, the timelines don't add up, because we found out recently that Pacquiao has to go back to politics. He's got to get these 2 fights done right now, and then he's got to go back to politics by July, and he can't come back again until like December or January of next year. We just found that out today. He was talking about it. So I'm behind. You know, it's a lot of work I got to do, you know, this week. As you know, we cover every single major fight live. So people been bitching at me. I can't take a vacation. People forget that we be putting out motherfucking 30 to 50 videos a week for like 4 months straight. So people are like, well, he get back to boxing. Damn. But yeah, we're back. You know, we're back. We're back. Fight week previews, all this content. Went to the Christian Carto media presser yesterday. So we got a lot to do this week. Also, we are looking for help. Things are different now. We only have one more hurdle to get over, and we're very close to it. We need help. We need people to go to fights. We need people that's fucking smart and not going to be going there kissing or asking no fucking stupid ass questions. And also understand that you're going to be around, you know, like know how to conduct yourself. We need people bad. You know, because right now it's all these events to the point where people, yeah, we got somebody at that fight next week. So yeah, so you know, every week, remember starting tomorrow with the Devin Haney weigh-in, we don't have no breaks. Remember, we're in deep now. This is the beginning of the year with all these new TV deals and all these new broadcast deals all over the world, from ITV to ESPN, ESPN Plus, ESPN Pay-Per-View, The Zone, Facebook Watch. Motherfucking, we still don't even know what a Superfly tournament is going to be. We still don't know what Kathy Duva Fighters is going to land. You know, like there's a lot of shit going on. Yeah, we hiring, but y'all know I got to get this custody thing over with first. Like, we have the budget. I told you, we're working for free this month. We've been working for free like the last 2.5 weeks. Like, we good. We're doing really, really, really good outside of my hater baby mom. You know, just send your info to the UFC. Yeah, we got UFC on ESPN. Yeah, you know, so we got, like, even though HBO's gone, if you really look at it on a global scale, look at all this fucking boxing we got. That shit is like this. Of course, what? Am I buying the pay-per-view? I already purchased it. Go check out the end of my fight night stream. The last one I did is at the very, what? Don't ever ask me nothing like that. How dare you? How dare you? Are you buying the fight, motherfucker? How dare you? So yeah, it's still early. I'm going to go to the market. You know, right now I got to chop this video up a little bit. And then I got to start doing some previews. I started watching Caleb Plant fights, even though I've seen them before, you know, but, you know, like researching. And honest to God, if it's true that Uskat, the guy, like he did with his last fight, was really trying to like play possum to get a bigger fight, I think he's going to whoop the shit out of motherfucking Caleb Plant. Or Caleb Plant is going to have a super big breakout performance. You know? Yeah, my bad, Ed. My bad. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I'm just getting my sleeping pattern back together. So I've been up really, really early, but I'm supposed to take naps during the daytime, like little 2-hour naps to get my shit back right. But I've been up since about 3, something like that. David Benavidez takes plan out. Who did they say David Benavidez is fighting? Jalen Love. Jalen Love for the WBC champion in recess, because that's what he is. You don't think he was playing possum? No, I mean, truth be told, no, he was looking like he was on some bullshit. You talking about who's caught the guy? I was watching the fight. Like, I was right here, like, watching this shit. Like, what is he doing? Like, he was really looking like he was on some bullshit like that last fight. I don't know. Also, I got to get that Marcus Brown Bottle Jack media call out. So we got a lot of work ahead of us. So, my custody situation has calmed down. We found our attorney. Hopefully he's going to be. We wanted a woman. I'm not going to lie. We wanted a woman, but he's sharp. And we outlined the plan. So my anxiety has calmed. So, yeah, it's expensive as fuck. It's going to be expensive as fuck. But, yeah. I mean, Jalen Love getting that payday. He got a baby on the way, too. So we good now. So now I just got to stay in the crib. I'm going to go to... See, here's the thing. Next Thursday, you have 2 media events next Thursday in New York. You're going to have Crawford versus Khan press conference in New York. Likely next Thursday. Date is not confirmed, but also remember, in New York, it's the Zone's fight week. It's their first card of the year, so no telling who's going to be there. We obviously, Eddie Hearn's going to be there. Big Baby Miller's going to be there. Of course, all the fighters in the card. So I think that I can get, if I go out there, we already have somebody ready for the fight. And then January the 26th, we got Thurman versus Lopez. Truth be told, I don't want to go to any more fights unless it's a big fight. Jalen Love be on IG sounding drunk, talking to like 15 people. Yeah, I gave up on Instagram. My Instagram is in limbo. I don't know if I'm ever going back. So next week is a pretty active week in boxing. So if you don't know, Crawford versus Khan is done. And apparently it's because Terrence Crawford wants this fight. And it's looking like Top Rank is going to be overpaying Khan to get knocked out. No, I mean, I keep my Instagram. I keep Instagram for work because obviously I need screenshots and shit like that. But I gave up on Instagram. They wanted me. Let me tell you what they made me do. They made me, to verify your account, they want me. Okay, let me tell you what they want me to do without fucking bullshitting. They trying to make me limit what I post and shit. So I got my Instagram back after they had took it down for a Jacobs versus Derevianchenko promo. By the way, HBO fight that I covered as media, by the way. I was there. So what they did was, there's like, all right, well, since you're listed as a entity or public figure or some shit, because it was like 15,000 something followers or some shit. So when you get that high, they want you to like verify your shit. So they wanted me to get a piece of paper. What they want me to do, get a piece of paper, write my name on it, take a copy with my photo ID on it, some old crazy shit, and send that shit back to them. I got it wrong the first time. Man, fuck Instagram. What do I want to look at all this? I don't care if I don't give a fuck about Instagram. I was pissed. Like, you got to and then they want you to take a selfie holding something, like on some weirdo shit. You got to use a webcam. Like, that shit was weird. So it's just like some limbo. I don't care. Get out of here. And then YouTube been on my ass. They was like, bro, come on, we can't shut your channel down, but you got to like get your shit together. People real pissed you using their shit. And I'm like, okay, well, we know we doing our shit right. We getting a lawyer. So the suspension almost up. But just trying to cover boxing, man. Then my baby mom standing me up on Christmas. I cooked all that food, leg of lamb. So yeah, we had a rough few weeks. But, didn't get stood up for Wilder Fury. So, but now, then Charlos pulled that shit they pulled. So we had a rough month. to say the least. We've had a rough month. It's rough. It's rough running a business, man. So we're going to cover these fights. I like Adrien Broner. He does not have the skill set. Like, we look at him. Okay, remember how Chavez Jr. fooled us? Remember how, like, we were watching Chavez Jr. training for Canelo, and we was like, we never see him train like this. He gonna motherfucking fuck Canelo up. Chavez Jr. is the most focused he's ever been. And then he get in the ring and pull that bullshit. Adrien Broner ain't doing nothing different. In fact, to me, we're hearing about Kevin Cunningham. Unless they're doing some secret dungeon training that we're not seeing, seems like he's still doing the same shit. Look at the way he showed up at the press conference, for crying out loud. Let's just keep it 100. Look at the way he showed up at the press conference. You get the Pacquiao fight, the big payday. You telling people you finally changed it and everything. And then you show up with the belly. Now, I'm a fat ass. I've gained it, and then my body's sloppy. Ever since the coma, my body's been on some weird shit. I can barely walk. Joints be all hurting and shit. But come on, man. Come on, AB. You're killing us, bro. Then he didn't perform a media workout. Did you ever see Floyd Mayweather? You know his Floyd Mayweather media workouts are spectacles. They are spectacles. Manny, not so much. Manny, just a whole bunch of people show up. But Floyd Mayweather, for one, he always make you wait. No air in the Mayweather gym. I've never been personally, but we covered them all. The last, 6 years? I know how to tell people, listen, get there early. And they be like, all right. I'm like, listen, but don't go in there. You got to be cool because he ain't no telling when he going to show up. Make sure you get like your little spot on the apron, even if you got to tape your bag down to a spot. Like, when Floyd get there, he motherfucking work. Yeah, he did fool me. He fooled the shit out of me. But you know, I got a special place in my heart for Chavez, though. Y'all know that. Y'all been knew that. But when Floyd have a media workout, he get the work. Broner, I was like, man, Broner, let me see if he go in there and get shit done. I was like, let me see if Broner go in there and get shit done. He ain't take his jacket off. He ain't do no flexing. And I'm like, bro, don't just come for the check, man. He is giving nothing to naysayers for them to think, yeah, Broner got a motherfucking chance. What has he given naysayers? What is he giving the people who say Broner, man, it's the same old Broner? What is he giving you to make you think, yo, he's gonna do something different? What is he giving us? I don't want to be hard on him, but it's the truth. I'm hoping that he do something in there, man. I'm hoping that he just don't be on that back foot shit. Not throwing no punches. Because then I'm going to be really pissed. I'm going to light his ass up. Or I'm going to light him up on YouTube. It's going to be a hell of a fight. Bullshit. What do you mean? No, on some real shit. What, we're here now. It's fight week next week. Broner isn't in prison means he's got a chance. Yeah, man. I'm confused what y'all talking about, man. Broner does have a chance to win. Of course he does. We know the talent is there, but he always got some other shit going on. He the petty case king. The talent is there. I'm honest to God, I think he need to go out there on some Jeff Horn shit. Or show us that fucking hand speed he be showing us for years in those Instagram videos where we doing that bullshit on the pads. No, I'm not going to jail. I might. I don't know. Depending on if I decide to no, I got a lawyer now, so you talk to my attorney. He'll tell you. Anyway, don't ask me no shit like that anymore. Before you get another fucking 1 year fucking ban, sodomite. Who do you think Pacquiao will fight next? If he beats Broner, it could be Thurman. Because the Mikey Garcia Errol Spence winner don't add up to the timeline. Pacquiao has to go back for his responsibilities by July. Over in the Philippines, for the Philippine government. You know he real close friends with the president and shit. So he got to go like put like drug dealers to death and stuff. That's like his shit. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with capital punishment. That's for a fucking pedophile. You got to go. I mean, he can fight anybody, but you got to think how Heyman works. They cleared that tax bill. Pacquiao can't just fight, bro. Like, his next fight got to be a big fight. It's got to be a fight that's going to sell some shit. You dig me? Yeah, he can fight Thurman to unify those belts. No, what do you mean? Thurman has the super world. Pacquiao has the world. The WBA can order. Listen, the WBA is going to do it. They're licking their chops right now for those sanctioning fees. They're going to order the winner of this to fight Thurman. Believe you me. Pacquiao versus Danny Garcia. Unfortunately, I don't think that's a bigger fight than Pacquiao versus Broner on pay-per-view. Does that do bigger, bro? Does that? I mean, see, here's the thing about Danny. Danny, like, his ratings are fucking major, though. One thing about Danny is that he always puts people in seats and he always brings in major ratings or good ratings. But put him on pay-per-view against Pacquiao, Andrew Garcia, I don't know how much better that does. I think they have a better chance with Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman has a magic about him. Which is why I think Al Heyman would give, like, understand how Al Heyman works. I think since he gave this fight to Broner, but also they needed somebody that can sell on pay-per-view to talk. But Thurman seems as though he's kind of done with boxing a little bit. I think that Heyman would give Thurman the Pacquiao fight before he give it to maybe Spence, you know, like later on down the line. I don't know. Jose Tito Lopez could upset Thurman. I think the stoppage with Lopez versus Berto was premature. I remember that. You ever remember that? Was that a little premature? It seemed like almost they wanted to save Berto's career. Remember, he gave Berto to the Mayweather fight. Like, Heyman, like, he takes care of certain fighters just like weird like that. Yeah, I remember that. I was watching. I was like, damn, they really gonna save motherfucking Berto's career. They really gonna save, like, it was a premature stoppage. I remember that. We can go. I don't feel like pulling it up. Go back and watch it. I remember he was winning on the cards. I remember. So Jose Tito Lopez, he's one of those fighters where, you know, remember when it comes to the Canelo fight, he was too small for Canelo. That was, you know, Lopez is like, you can't say Herrera because Herrera, you know, is way past what he used to be. But he's one of those fighters you could never sleep on. You could never sleep on him. You don't hear much about Freddie Roach. Let me tell you what Freddie Roach had an issue with, which a lot of people have problems with, is they would hire Freddie Roach for his services, but then he would send like Marvin Somodio. And even though everybody loved Marvin and everything, but it's like, what the fuck, I hired Freddie Roach. You know, so it was kind of weird. Like, you know, Freddie Roach wasn't traveling with his fighters, and it was getting like, I was noticing a lot. Like, it would be like, you know, this is a Freddie Roach trained fighter, but he sent Marvin Somodio to understudy. And it's like, wait a minute, but they paying for your services, bro. You know? Floyd is not going to stay retired. Floyd is not going to stay retired. They're trying to figure out a way to get him back, and for what fight, even if it's not Manny, because he can't fight for the WBC anymore because of that whole clean boxing program. It's going to be a media storm on him if he comes back and tries to manipulate that. He can't come back. Even though he's the WBC Emeritus champion, media going to eat him alive if he comes back and fights for the WBC and not enroll in VADA testing. Going to eat him alive. Hey, I want to get some sushi for lunch. It's 3 o'clock. Oh, my God. I don't have anything to do today. Let me see. What we're going to get for lunch. My pop doesn't like sushi. He tripping. Mexicans are always dedicating surprises. He enrolls in testing. He enrolls in his testing. USADA testing. I ain't getting no motherfucking McDonald's. You know, like, for example, if he was to come back to fight Manny, right? Let's say, for example, if Manny beat Broner. They can't fight for that belt. You think Floyd going to fight for an underling belt? Manny belt ain't the legit belt. As much as the WBA may want it to be, it ain't the legit belt. You dig? If Broner wins, we can see Floyd. Yeah. I know the wind is bustling outside. Let's see, how long have we been live? Wow. Y'all make me go 10 minutes longer than I wanted to go. All right, guys, I'm going to see you later. Y'all know what the deal is. I already told you what videos I got to put out. You know, it's fights this weekend. You know, so I don't know when I'm going to get back full time. And probably not today, likely tomorrow. I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. Please subscribe.